Since whole syllabus is completed, so it is just an overview of energy conservation lecture. This is an overview of energy conservation lecture. Here we discuss about why we are going to study this subject, because of increasing energy demand day by day, that causes to find some new alternative sources. In spite of that, we can also conserve the energy in various form. So that is why we are studying this subject. These are 10 units we already studied in this subject, and we already revised unit 2 to 3 unit, and remaining portion are discussed here. So this is some remaining part of unit 3. Here first we discuss what is the motor. Motor is a device, any device which is operate with the help of any electrical energy, and convert the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. That mechanical energy can be utilized by any machine for their operation. So generally, in short, we can say that motor is a device which convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. The purpose of studying the motor in this subject is that we can conserve energy in this device, that is particularly motor. And how we can do that? By using the thick wire that contains more copper content. If there is thick wire, then if there is more copper content, then losses will be decreases in terms of energy. If the air gap between the stator and the rotor is less, then the energy will be less, loss of energy will be less. Or if we use copper wire, then which is for lamination purpose, we use thin copper wire, then absolutely energy will be less loss. So that some part of remaining part of unit 3 motor. Some more content in unit 3, but we cover more main topic in previous lecture. In this lecture we only talk about the conservation of energy in motor. So this is the unit 4 revision of unit 4. Then here first topic is pump. Then pump, what is a pump? Pump, in short we can say it is any device which is used for increasing the fluid pressure. It is a combination of such mechanical parts in such a way that the pressure of fluid will be increased. Generally we talk about the pump in terms of liquid. If we using this device for the purpose of air, then generally we call it compressor. So here this is pump, and we are generally talking about liquid. So this is a device which is used for increasing the fluid pressure. What are the parts of pump? Number 1 is suction. There is suction pipe or suction arrangement, suction of water or liquid, any liquid. Then work on fluid. Work on fluid means increasing the pressure by any mechanical mean. Then the delivery section contain the delivery pipe or some delivery arrangement for the water where there is need, or any fluid. Use of pump. The pump utilized in the day-to-day life for many general purposes, or maybe at home or at industry. Generally we can see for the irrigation purpose. Generally inside the field we see that farmers are using pump at their field for the purpose of irrigation. And for power transmission means we can transmit the power with the help of some structure, and we can also transmit the power with the help of fluid. So devices are available which used for the transmission of power to the water, such as ram, plunger, screw jack. Some hydraulic screw jack is also available, which is used for the maintenance of automobile or some other heavy loads. So power transmission is a application of pump. For supplying water in boiler, for supplying oil in diesel engine, for supplying lubricant, various forms of lubricant on machines such as lathe machine. A pump is used that continuously supplying the circulating the lubricant, so that friction, heat and cleaning, for the cleaning purpose, etc. For supply of water from one place to another, this is very common purpose of application of pump. If we classify the pump, then we can generally classify it in two parts: positive displacement pump. Positive displacement pump means if we increasing the pressure of fluid by the help of some displacement, in which displacement of water which will take place, then it will known as positive displacement pump. If we increasing the pressure of fluid with the help of some motion, with the help of some dynamic motion, then that is known as dynamic pressure pump. If we talk about the positive displacement pump, then reciprocating pump is an example, and rotary pump is also an example of positive displacement pump. Then dynamic pressure pump has example of centrifugal pump and propeller pump. These two are the example of dynamic pressure pump. Reciprocating pump. If we talk about the working and parts of the reciprocating pump, then we see this is the connecting rod. Then this connecting rod is one end is connected with the piston and other end is connected with crank. This piston is reciprocate inside the cylinder. Because of this reciprocating motion of the piston, this pump is termed as reciprocating pump. This reciprocating motion perform inside the cylinder. This is the cylinder, and this is the suction part, and that is the delivery part. These are the valves. So as connecting rod move backward, with the help of that, piston is move backside, due to which the pressure inside this cylinder decreases, and a type of suction or vacuum is created. Because of that creation of that vacuum inside the cylinder, this inlet valve opened, and it supplied the water or any liquid from this valve into the cylinder. As piston move forward, it compress the fluid and increase the pressure of fluid. Because of increase in the pressure of fluid, it pushes in both directions, suction and delivery, due to which suction valve is closed and delivery valve opened, and water or any liquid at high pressure supplied to the delivery section, where we needed this liquid or water at high pressure. Use of reciprocating pump. This pump is basically generally used for less capacity. Capacity means here we termed as discharge quantity, for less quantity of water, but it is used for high head, from very less height to very upper height. For supply of water in boiler, generally it is done with the help of centrifugal, but somewhere we supply water in boiler with the help of reciprocating pump. For less viscous fluid, if viscosity is any fluid is less, then it is preferred to it is utilized by reciprocating pump. Hand pump is in generally at home. We can see its application in home as in reciprocating pump. So next topic is centrifugal pump. Centrifugal pump is a type of dynamic pressure pump we already discussed. So these are the main parts. This is the eye of centrifugal pump, then we can see this is the impeller, then these are the guide blades and vanes, and diffuser casing. This is the volute casing or diffuser casing, and then this is the delivery section. This is the section or also we can call it. So fluid with the help of motor, any external motor, fluid is this shaft is rotated, due to which suction is created, and fluid is supplied to the eye of impeller, and then fluid inlet will take place. Then there is a moving type of blade that is known as the impeller. This moving type of blade, because of rotation, it increases the pressure. Here pressure of fluid is increases because of the rotation of moving blade inside the impeller. Then as fluid move outside, it fall on the guide blades. Guide blade does not move, but give the direction or guide path for the fluid. Because of the casing of centrifugal pump, some more pressure is also increases, and then the pressure of fluid increasing in this pump in two ways: one with the help of impeller, and second with the help of because of this its shape, that is volute shape, and high pressure fluid is supplied to the delivery section where it is needed. If we talk about the utilization of centrifugal pump, then generally this type of pump are utilized by for the high capacity or high discharge or higher quantity of fluid. If there is continuous supply of water or any liquid is needed, then this type of pump is preferred. It is also available in small size. For the large velocity, if fluid velocity is required very high, then this type of pump is preferred. Boiler purpose, for supplying the water in boiler, it is utilized. Crane and lift purpose, crane, lift, elevator, the fluid or the fluid pressure increases in this type of devices with the help of centrifugal pump. The supply, for supplying the oil and fuel in various engine. In engine for supplying of oil or supplying of fuel, centrifugal pump are utilized. For irrigation purpose, it is an important sometimes question will come, which is more preferred type of pump for the irrigation purpose. Centrifugal pump is more preferred choice for irrigation purpose. Propeller pump, it is also a type of dynamic pressure device, dynamic pressure pump, because their pressure increases because of some motion. So this is an example of example of propeller pump. This is the driving shaft, this is the propeller, and water movement or liquid move in this direction. As we supply some energy with the help of some external source, that is any motor, that supply rotation to the shaft. Because of rotation of the shaft, its blade move and create a type of suction. Because of this suction, fluid that is available exert the air and delivered in this way where it is needed. This type of pump basically utilized where drainage, for the drainage purpose. The drainage occur during the time of flood, where when more water is accumulated, so it is utilized. This type of pump is used for draining that high quantity of water. That why it is utilized for higher capacity. And this type of pump used for low head application. For draining of mud, this propeller pump is also utilized. Irrigation is an also example. Self-primed pump, this type of pump primed perform the priming action by itself. Priming is an action in which we remove the air, so that if air is come inside the pump, it will damage its working. Energy saving tips in pump. How we can save energy in the pump. This is the slide we show why we are going to study the things. So we focus on the energy conservation in pump. There are some tips. With the help of that, we can conserve energy in the pump. If we correctly select the pump for the correct application, such as if someone require low head and he purchase a high head pump, then energy will be lost, because he purchase a high capacity pump that have low head, and if he utilize for that wrong purpose, then more energy it will consume, because it is not meant for that, for what he purchased it. So selection of pump is an important, that is purely based on the application. Correct size pump. If we do a already analysis on our need, then we find out particular type of pump is also available in market that fulfill our need without purchasing a very high capacity of pump. By reducing the power loss, if some sort of there is leakage, then it consume more energy for producing the same level of pressure. So by reducing the pressure loss, we can conserve the energy in pump by using it at different speed as per need. It can be easily understood with the help of juicer or mixer grinder, such as they operate at different speed. Such as if we want to operate a pump at low speed, but if it is fixed speed pump of such as, or we can easily understand with the help of fan that are utilized in our. If that fan does not have regulator, then it will operate at a constant speed. Even we are require very less air, although it rotated but very high speed. But on the other hand, if we have regulator, then we can operate it at low speed and fulfill our need. So variation of speed is very important in pump for the energy conservation purpose. For proper maintenance, we does not go through proper maintenance or proper utilization, or not oiling, greasing at a particular regular interval, then some type of excess work we have to perform other than the theoretical, that is come in the energy loss section. By avoiding the high pressure capacity, if we want to avoid if we want to conserve energy inside the pump, then we know how much capacity we require for a particular pump. That optimum capacity pump we have to purchase, so that if we purchase higher capacity pump, it is the difference between the desired amount and the higher capacity will be goes inside the energy loss. So slide and lecture will be continue again, but together with that, fill the NAD form, that is compulsory for all student, and who has filled that, inform other. They also go through the BT site and fill that form. And download of this particular app is important, and someone has not mobile, then in other members mobile, he download it and install and inform in the particular group, so that Sujna can be forwarded. So in next slide or next lecture, we will continue this chapter and talk about the air compressor.